Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all variations thereof, and welcome back to the World Madness SMP. I hope we're all doing well today. I certainly am. Those are my carrots. Today, oh god, yeesh. This is more difficult than I think it is. Today we have started off this episode by doing several time lapses in order to complete all of this. Look at it. Look at it all. Oh my god, this was so much work. You don't even want to know. Right, I'm going to switch back to first person so that I can actually fly properly. Now, I have decided to undertake a project, and I may come to regret this project, but the project is I want to build a mountain. And I hear you asking, Lucian, why? Why is this something you've chosen to do? Why have you decided to build a mountain? And my answer is simple. I wanted to build a castle, but there wasn't anywhere around that was really tall enough to put a castle on. So I decided that I'd build something tall enough to put a castle on. It's probably not a very good reason, to be honest. I could just put a castle on those hills over there, or over there. Anyway, after some consideration, I decided that I would put this mountain basically on those sort of three hills. Hold on. Is it X? No. Give me 1 second, guys. Every time I change versions, right, the keybind for my drone deployment button, changes, which is annoying. Anyway, there we go. Camera drone deployed. Yeah, so this is basically where I'm going to put the mountain. So it's gonna spread between these three hills, or this sort of hill over here and this hill here. And the idea basically is to have sort of the peak be around about here, and then a keep on the peak, and then around the sort of edge we can have maybe flatter piece back here and something flatter over here where you've got stables and stuff, and all of this is going to connect to a little bridge, and the bridge is going to come across here and oh god, went through the floor there just then. It's going to come across here and link up to the side of the church, and there'll be a pathway linking up to that, and I think it's going to look quite cool. But at the same time, I also know that it's going to take a lot of work. So, bearing that in mind, I actually need to build the framework for this mountain, and I also need to finish the base of it so that I can finish this and finish filling up this lake, and then actually add like water features and stuff in here. Because I would like some grasses and stuff. I would like some grasses. Anyway, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a rather time-lapse heavy episode, I get the feeling. So without further ado, let's do some more mountaineering? Mountainizing? Mountain building. Mountling. Mountling? Anyway, on with the time-lapse. It took a little while, but I think the framework is done. This is the framework of the mountain. It doesn't look too bad, honestly. There are a few bits and pieces that I'm not overly sure about. I feel like it's a little too tall for its width in some areas, but overall, I'm actually relatively happy with how this framework looks. And we'll be building it up layer by layer, sort of with smooth stone, andesite, cobblestone, and a variety of other materials. And what I'm thinking is I want a small sort of watchtower, maybe sort of like a hut over here. And then a path that runs along here, runs up to here, staircase that runs up to here, a keep up here with a wall that comes down around here and to here, and then maybe a courtyard of some sort there, and then finally another tower up here. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage all of that. It's going to be like a ruined castle with emplacements for harbour defence over the top here. But it's all going to be in ruins, all of it sort of decrepit and aging and falling apart. I'm not sure how well that'll work. I've never built a mountain before, so this is unexplored territory. But I'm hopeful. At any rate, before we get on to that, I have another project that I want to do some work on. I want to take a break from the mountain, and I want to work on a little something else. Now, over here, I have a pond, a puddle, a hole, something or other full of sheep. And I need to breed these sheep, realistically, because 4 sheep is not going to be enough. But I am gathering the required material for a prank. And for that prank, I'm going to need a lot of brown wool. A lot of magma blocks, and a lot of other stuff. So I'm going to take some time to breed up a bunch of sheep and get started on gathering up the blocks needed for this prank. I don't do pranks often. Half the time when I do them, they backfire on me. For example, the trapped door that I did for Night Fox a while back. That one backfired spontaneously because the poisonous fish that I used for it stopped working. And by stopped working, I mean they died. Yeah, not great planning on my part. I've since figured out why they died, but yeah. Anyway, we're going to be pranking a monkey today. And for that, as I said, we're going to need a lot of brown blocks. See if you can guess what we're going to build, if I haven't put it in the thumbnail of the video, which I probably have now that I think about it. Yeah. I will be right back with a couple of shulker boxes full of random bits and pieces. Right. I've taken about... Okay. Fair point. This has taken a little while longer than I expected. And by a little while longer than I expected, I mean it's taken 3 weeks. I apologize, everyone. Usually, when it comes to putting together just a small list of materials, it's quite easy. Unfortunately, my ADHD hit me on the way out with a baseball bat. So it took me about 3 weeks to ground enough motivation down into a fine powder and put it in this box. Now, I'm actually, while we head over to where we need to go, I actually want to talk to you guys about my ADHD and the processes that I go through with content creation. So some of you are aware that I have a form of ADHD/ADD. I have a very difficult time actually putting together not on the spot motivation for making content. And that basically means that if anything takes longer than, say, a few days at most, it is really difficult for me to actually continue working on something if it's not instantly completable. That's why that is one of the major reasons why things like the Ghost Industries series and the Unlikely Reunion series actually take a lot longer than what some people might expect. It's not the only reason, obviously, but it is one of the larger reasons as to why that happens. And I want to talk a little bit about what I do to combat this. Now, obviously, I only have access to so many things to be able to combat this. But what I'm trying at the moment is I'm trying to keep my head above the water. And by that, I mean I'm trying to limit the amount of major projects that I'm doing so that I can focus on one at a time, basically, and not get bogged down in having too many massive projects around me. And currently, I'm failing at that, unfortunately. And not necessarily failing. More like I'm having a hard time stopping myself from working on multiple projects at a time. And this is, again, because of the ADHD. I like flipping between things a lot. It is difficult for me to focus on a singular thing at any one time. But I'm trying, and it's slowly getting to the point where I'm understanding more and more of how my ADHD affects me and how it functions. I need a bed. Bed. Where does Monkey keep his bed? Over here, I think. Whoop! Particularly fast there. Sorry, Monkey, I'm stealing your bed for a second. But what this basically means is, in case you guys hadn't noticed, projects take a little bit of time to get done around me. It's not easy. And I would like to say that I've gotten better at it, but I haven't. It's just that I've gotten less prone to overthinking things. And overthinking is another problem, but I won't go into that. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, if a project doesn't come out like that, it might take a few weeks to a few months to complete. And I want you all to bear that in mind when I'm actually working on stuff like this. Because I am working on it. For example, the next episode of Unlikely Reunion is being worked on. It's just that we've encountered a few setbacks that have left us a little up in the air at the moment. The next episode of this series I'm working on right now, but it's taken 3 weeks to get to this point because my ADHD has put down a massive concrete wall in front of me until now. And it's only the sudden realization that I only have 4 days before I'm going on holiday that I've realized that I actually need to get this done, which has spurred the motivation into actually doing this. So I want you all to understand that I am working on this stuff. It may take a little longer than you guys expect, but it does get done eventually. And I promise that if I ever decide to discontinue a project or completely stop a project from being made, I will let you guys know officially. If I haven't, then that project is still probably in development. It's just taking a little while. Anyway, I have with me a box of materials. And this box of materials is what we're going to be building in Monkey's volcano. Monkey's going to get a little present before I go away on holiday. Hopefully I can build this relatively quickly before he gets online. I think he's at work now, so I think I have time. But yes, these are my materials. This is my build site, and this is my time lapse. That looks fantastic. I am of the personal opinion that if you spend more than, say, a day on a prank, it is not a prank anymore, it is a piece of art. I have spent less than a day on this as a prank, so it is still a prank in my opinion. But it does look good. I'm actually quite happy with how this this whole thing has turned out. I have given Monkey a bath in his volcano. Basically, I've sacrificed Monkey in his volcano. We need to grab a sign though. We need to grab a sign, and I don't have any wood on me, so I'm gonna have to raid Monkey's supplies for this. And then I'll have to send him a message saying, next time you log in, make sure you're recording. Here we go. Jungle planks will do. Sincerely. Lucian. Right. I think that'll do. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't expect it to rain. Hold on. Am I don't have the right read. Where is my... There it is. Hold on. There we go. Less heavy rain. Okay. That is it for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be on holiday for the next 2 weeks. So there will not be an episode out within the next 2 weeks, but hopefully after that I will be back and I will be working a little bit more on, well, everything. For now though, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining us. I hope you all had a great day, and go check out Monkey's video, where he'll react to the existence of his son sitting in a volcano. We shall see. We shall see what happens. Have a very good evening, everyone, and we shall see you in the next episode.